Banter.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to Backyard Therapy, episode 3.
Episode 3 was good.
It's your boy Francois.
It's your boy Saint Dior, and we got a guest. Another guest.
Yo, good night. Trail Smith, aka Jay, aka Jade, like the stone. Good night.
All right. So it's a Friday night. You know, we in the backyard. Maybe a little noisy, but we could do our best to make sure y'all get quality potting.
As usual.
All right. So what's going on? What's been popping?
And something I've been itching to talk about is our culture of sweethearting in the Bahamas.
Okay.
I was gonna say in Nassau, but in the Bahamas. And I'll kick it off. It's kind of jarring. Growing up, I think I'm a little bit different from people. It's Bahamians, the general public. We when we say sweethearting, we basically mean like keeping a side chick. As someone. Yeah. That's it, just a side chick. And
Multiple side chicks.
Even that, multiple
niggas.
Side chicks, side niggas,
Cheating.
or just basically cheating. And it's natural. It's a very natural part of our society.
Abusing trust.
You talk to somebody, they're like, wait, like, I'll speak from experience. I work in a place, as I said before, people from all walks of life work there. So, and in this one scenario, I was talking, telling these guys like, yeah, but, I plan to do this with my gal and this and that, and you're talking about, some plans I had with my girl, but these guys are like laughing at me. They were like, wait, we can't hang with you, wait, girlfriend, like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have like multiple women like on your side? It's like, no. And like, it would create an atmosphere. You get like isolated, kind of. It's like, wow, it's crazy. Like, they try to make fun of you because of that, and because of you're trying to do something so normal. But that's the society we live in.
I agree. Yeah. So like, sweethearting has been a very deep-rooted part of our society, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We see it every day. We have family members, friends who do it. And people kind of look at it like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
We see a lot of, well, at least I can speak for myself. When I was in high school, I know a lot of people that didn't meet their brothers until they were like in high school, basically, and they had no idea that their dad or mom like had other children. And that's just the way some people find out, and I think that's crazy.
They lucky because a lot of people don't even meet their siblings until they're like 40 or 50 years old.
Yeah, if ever. And sometimes people will find out until the funeral.
Funerals, family gatherings.
Yep. He was like, hold on, you was my cousin?
That's your brother,
You was my brother? You was my sister?
That's
But like,
your daddy,
wow. And I think it's not really good for our society, to be honest. Like, generally.
I mean, that's not good for anyone. I mean, you could see shows like, Maury or Jerry Springer where they just be growing 50-year-old, they have kids,
Jeez.
they got homes, they coming on the show talking about, I don't know my father, I don't know my sister, I don't know my brother. I mean, it's you could tell, I've had the privilege of, knowing my siblings and my parents and all that. But you could tell it really takes a lot out of them. It takes a huge part of their lives not knowing who they were born with.
And what happened to their kids.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah, I think, bro, it's a thing. We could talk about cheating and sweethearting and like polyamorous relationships, but bro, it's like whenever you going out of your relationship and people ain't cool with it, bro, you violating trust. So that's something what happen a lot in our society. In a lot of places, not just aware, but bro, it's so small, so the consequences be so like quick in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whether you care or not. Like you with one girl, and then you with the next girl at your job or somewhere else, and then you go to their birthday party and you see your niece there or something like that. It's all they with conflicts will come up dead quick. But like when it comes to having kids and outside of marriage and different things like that, it just complicate so many things. So it's just how much you care.
I think a lot of that has to tie into, people don't really plan for the long term. You know, they go around and they act crazy in their 20s. They're like, wait, I don't know what. I'm thinking about like having a home and having like grandkids at 70. I'm thinking about buying my Accord. I'm thinking about having my Atlantis job. I know about spending all my money every weekend.
Ooh.
And hey, I ain't judging you if you like that. If that makes you happy, I'm all about that. But you know, we're talking about, you know, why the sweethearting is here in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the causes and the effects.
And basically, they don't have. Most of them don't have a stable household to grow up in.
Yeah.
So we as adults now have to deal with these people, these kids that are now adults that didn't have that proper structure. I'm one of them that didn't have the proper structure, not the sweethearting thing, but like that didn't have like the mom and dad inside one house. It's a family thing. I didn't have that, so I could relate to them not having that and seeing how that could affect them.
Yeah, that ties into what we were getting into next. I mean, you know, Bahamians, we have this family culture, and it's different. I mean, it's different everywhere you go, but there's not a lot of people I know have like good family lives, and I'm not talking about like just in your immediate home. I'm talking about like with your grandparents, with your aunts, your uncles, your nephews. A lot of the time, people have like family that just steals from them and just does them wrong. And then they want to come back, you know, maybe like a year or two later and say, hey, we're family, so it's cool, you know.
Woo.
We're supposed to rely on each other. We're blood, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. I personally have dealt with that multiple occasions and multiple instances. The family kind of looks at my mom as like, is it the matriarch?
Yeah,
as a female.
You can use that.
So they come to her for everything. Like she's the leader, but they don't know how it affects her as a woman, a single mother that's dealing with that, taking care of her mother, and then having to go and basically take care of the family too.
Yeah.
When we basically came from nothing, or when she basically came from nothing. I don't think that's fair. So I think people really need to take that more into account when they start taking and just using other family members and not really reciprocating that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's really a struggle too, when you got the strong one in the family, but then it's other people who, you know, you might want them to step up as well. But if you see like you in that position, you got to do everything you got to do to really, you know, make yourself as strong as you got to be. And for a lot of people, it's really difficult, you know. So when they see somebody doing it, sometimes it's like they don't understand what it really takes to have that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to really empathize. Got to empathize with people and, you know, take it easy on people.
Do you take part in the sweethearting? Okay. Why not?
Bro.
Why you ain't got one little thing on the side?
Bro, why do it? Why should I? You know, like when we talk about the things we were saying earlier, like,
yeah,
you know, the repercussions of it, like, why go through all of that? Yeah.
So Jade, I'm of the belief that you're one who partakes in monogamous relationships.
Yeah, bro. Like y'all was saying, a lot of people have circumstances and family, you know, putting people's business out too much, but everyone, you know, have things in their family life what they can relate to with the cheating and infidelity and all that. So you see that play out in all type of ways. And like, again, if I seen somebody walking into a ditch, like, I seen you doing it. I seen you go into something what could cause you to fall and mess up relationships and your money and all that other stuff. Yeah. So why do the same thing?
All right.
Yeah, it's a good perspective.
You know, we probably got to come back to this. We got to bring someone here who actually like sweethearts and stuff, and we need their perspective.
I sure we got a couple. I know a couple, so we'll bring them on.
We'll bring them on, and we'll get further into this topic
for sure. So, I know we talked about Soulja Boy in the last pod.
Yeah, our favorite. We're fans.
Yeah, we're fans, but
fans.
You came to me with some new news, man. Yeah, what's going on? It's not even good news.
Yeah, we got some allegations. We got some
flip.
you know, Soulja Boy, his ex assistant slash ex girlfriend came out recently saying that, you know, Soulja Boy has done all these things to him, and I won't get into the nitty gritty and the details, but it's some pretty horrendous things. You know, we have some kidnapping,
some sick shit,
Is it raping?
or we got rape, we got physical abuse,
mental.
you know, it doesn't sound good. It's pretty outrageous. When I heard it, I was like, wow, this don't even. I mean, this is not surprising me, but this is not something you would hear. Like, you know, this is not something you would have thought about Soulja Boy.
Yeah, I mean, also like the keeping her inside, locked up inside or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah.
But I guess because due to Soulja Boy's erratic behavior in the past, I guess that's also why I could say, yeah, I could see it happening. It's believable because he even came out and it seemed like he was more mature now, but since the last Breakfast Club interview. But this is just crazy. This goes into something we'll get into later in terms of like how rappers are going to jail. But I think like it depends on how they play this out. You think Soulja Boy might go to jail? Or like be facing some sort of
charges?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just rumors. They're just rumors for now.
Okay.
But
hypothetically,
if there's any shred of truth to this or anything that could come close to this, he going in for a while, and it ain't gonna be a good image for him. That's for sure.
This would be the time if I was a rapper that was in a situation like that, and like I have like, just say, you know how they like to have guns and drugs and a bunch of illegal shit around. This would be the time. Like if something like this come out, I'd be like, all right, time to start moving dead clean. So dead smart, because stuff like this has happened, and then like 2 weeks later, you hear like police raided somebody's house, you know what I mean? They found guns and drugs in the car and whatnot or whatever, and it's like, come on.
I mean, as you said, it seems like he was coming to like, you know, a clean image. You know, he was removing his face tats. He wasn't tripping out. I mean, 2 years ago, me and you, we had a blast, like getting off on all the stories like coming out about Soulja Boy in that period.
Yes.
Like he was out on the street doing that.
Who said Soulja can't come to the hood?
Yeah, that stuff. That was grady entertainment right there. But he went silent for a while, and you know he has this clean image now. I mean, he did clean her image. Sorry,
Soulja Boy ain't nothing but a character and an idea, dog. Like when I think about Soulja Boy, all I was thinking about is babes and dancing, dog, and hoodies,
babe and dancing.
So so when I hear about all this domestic violence and beating people up and rape and all that type of stuff, I just say, like, what's going on, Soulja? Like, that's like, what? That's something else, and bro, all I really thinking is, niggas on these drugs. Like, I can't really make a lot of sense of the decisions they doing, except it's like real hard drug use. So I know, and every other day, like when he was getting attention, like y'all was saying, it was like arguing with somebody on Instagram, like Famous Dex or somebody else. But, bro, like,
Quavo,
they gotta get it. He gotta get his life together, bro. That's all they know.
It's up to him, dog. But I think everybody's gonna need to get their life together based on how, at least for us, because I saw an article today. I think it was the Tribune that reported Biden, like he's going to make a COVID rule that's going to basically affect our tourism, and you know that's supposed to be our number one industry. I think whoever comes to the U.S. from wherever, they're going to have to quarantine regardless. So you got to take the test before you go on the plane, and then you got to quarantine for. I didn't see how long you have to do it for, but you basically mandatory quarantine, and that's gonna affect, you know, our livelihood basically.
Yeah, a lot of people they ain't gonna be too interested in. You know, when this first came out, a lot of people in my work were like, I still want to travel, but I ain't into this quarantine. And after you like basically you were spending half your time in quarantine, so it doesn't really make sense too much. Yeah, I mean I haven't traveled since this COVID thing happened, so I haven't experienced this quarantine. I mean the only quarantine I've experienced is just like being at home because of the lockdowns and stuff. And I like being at home by myself, so it doesn't really bother me too much.
Yeah, I've experienced quarantine. My cousin had it, so we had to chill out for the 2 weeks. And yeah, I've experienced quarantine. My cousin had it. It's an inconvenience. Don't get it. It's not worth it. Like, just do what you got to do and, try to navigate as much as you can.
Yeah, avoid it at all costs, please.
But you told me about this. You saw that Riley Williams thing?
Yeah, Riley Williams, that was the lady who, I mean, I don't know what she thought was going to happen, but that was a lady who basically took Nancy Pelosi's laptop during that whole Capitol raid. And
Foolish.
Apparently her ex-boyfriend was the one who kind of tipped her off. Like, he was calling the FBI constantly, like, ringing them constantly, like, hey, I recognize the girl in this picture. Come and get her.
Yeah.
She got it.
That's scandalous.
But I saw that she was, like, released on house arrest.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
How do you feel about that?
I hate it. Like, people get held down for much more. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, just, like, what makes her so special? That's what I'm asking.
Bro, in that whole riot thing, in that entire riot thing, it was thousands of people, bro. Like, it had to be over 15. It had to be probably, like, maybe 5,000 people or so. Like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
they only said they opened up about 300 cases for that. Oh, bro, ain't no way they could get everybody who was in that. That's the first thing. The second of all, bro, that rider, like we was talking about a little earlier, they was composed of so many different types of people. You had Proud Boys, like the Latin Trump supporters, regular MAGA supporters, maybe some Klan members there,
Yeah.
ex-military, some senators who was with them,
Yeah.
police, and
mayors.
and bro, there's even one new group who I saw like with all type of camouflage gear and like tactical gear and like just regular niggas who would be practicing hunting and shooting in the woods. Bro, they was walking in some one-line formation up the stairs just looking for information and stuff that they could use against the political members. Like, bro, they named the Oath Keepers. When you ever have something like that?
I haven't.
So, bro, all these people you seeing coming out, like, oh, this whole thing, like all these rioters, bro, they on something else, bro. Like these real radical type people, bro.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I haven't seen anything. You're right. I haven't seen anything like this. Like, Jade, you mentioned earlier, it took. Well, you made this point that it took, someone like Trump in office and did what he did to bring these sort of people out of the woods and get their voices heard. Now, I am on the fence about that because I don't think this definitely wasn't the right way to do it. Definitely wasn't the right way to do it. And I mean, are their voices? What are their voices saying? Is it something like worth hearing? I mean, like everybody is worth hearing, but is there something to add to the conversation? Is it something substantive?
It's not one unified voice, like just one, like thing, like, because even most of the thing with all these groups have in common is a sense of white nationalism or white supremacy. All the different groups they just called.
Yeah.
So, if you talking about this, Trump. When I really look at Trump, he ain't necessarily like a person of an ideology like I hate black people or I hate this group of people.
Yeah.
Trump only really care about his own interests in making money, like himself. I don't even really know what Trump really think about all these different groups. He might even care about racists like that. He using them too. Like that's his fan base, like a bunch of racists. But I don't know if he really identify what they saying or if he is using them as well. So with Trump, he is a classist more than anything. Like. He care about money, and that could translate into people who are racist as well, who care about money, mostly too. So it's a lot of different elements to this, but I don't know what is going to happen to Trump after all of this. I don't think he's going to jail. Like, I think he's still probably pardoning himself in secret, and when they try to catch him or something, he gonna use that probably one pardon, and then try to skip town something like that. Go to some other country.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But I'm not even sure he could pardon himself. But I
he
agree
can
with
pardon
you.
himself.
I'll look into that. But I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's gonna do something like that. Get out of there, you know. Make sure set himself straight, and so he won't go to jail. I don't
Yeah.
think he's gonna go to jail.
I think we could all agree that we do think that he's gonna skip town.
Yep.
I mean, why? You know, I think for as long as he's here and alive, I mean, he's old, but as long as he's here and alive, these guys, you know, the government ain't gonna.
They can catch him on something, bro.
They'll
on
try.
something, bro.
They're gonna
They'll
try-
try.
they're gonna
And they,
find
you, and
something.
they only have like maybe one pardon he could use if he could do it like you say.
They'll find something. But another topic we were supposed to get, another topic we covered in the past episode, was the Kanye situation. So I saw like a rumor. I'll call it a rumor because I'm not sure about it. But Kanye and Kim's divorce will be filmed for the last season. For Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Bro, that'd be crazy if that's the case. Obviously, that shouldn't happen. For a bunch of reasons. I mean, we said last time, like, you know, Kanye shouldn't consent to something like that. If he does, then some people who's behind him need to step in and be like, bro, this you shouldn't be doing this. Because I mean, what we were the film. The footage that's already captured of him like going on stage talking about he was about to abort his daughter, and I mean, that's just that is just cries for help.
That's deep personal information that I feel like he shouldn't share. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
With these sickos in the world.
So is that if there's any show coming out of this, it needs to be a show with Kanye sitting with Dr.
Whoever.
What was it? Who's that guy? Dr. Andy?
Drew?
Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
It needs to be a show with Kanye and Dr. Drew getting better with Kanye. That's my show idea.
And I agree.
Say Dr. Andy.
Dr. Andy. Who's
Dr.
that?
Andy.
Niggas think with Anderson Cooper.
I honestly know that's his name.
They look similar.
What the fuck are you?
They look similar. We'll give it to them. But the mastermind behind this all, like Kris Jenner.
Yeah.
Like I've been seeing people basically saying that Kris Jenner may be behind all this. What do you think about that?
Dog, Kris Jenner's a super villain, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
if that's the case.
I mean, through and through, because we know it's. I want to say it's facts because I think it is. It's facts that she kind of managed Kim through that whole sex tape situation. She kind of had some shady dealings with it afterwards about there were rumors about. Pardon?
What Chris? You say Chris or Brody Jenner?
Chris.
Oh,
yeah, but
you wouldn't believe I misunderstood you, man. That you was talking about Caitlyn.
No. We're talking about Chris.
No, Chris.
What do you share with the tape?
I mean, some rumors that she had a hand in leaking it, distributing it. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that because how much money would she have gotten at the time if she had just like sold that tape privately to like her friends and stuff? Maybe that's something she already did. But how do you feel about that? Her leaking it?
If that would be the case.
If that's the case, in the moment you was leaking that, that's sick, bro. Like you peddling your own daughter's things.
And
like,
that's the thing that got her on.
Like, bro, if your daughter or whoever your kid said to go do that, wait, then you ain't watching that because that's incest, and whatever she chooses to do, then I don't know. But I don't feel. Why are you gonna have any part in like pushing that? Like that's you because if you pushing it, you have to watch that
For money.
You have to watch it though, bro.
There's money to be had.
And the images were like the safe images or not safe images were posted online. I'm sure she saw some of it, dog.
But if she like you said, she's peddling at her friends. But she had to see the
or
video,
shopping it, not even just her friends, shopping it to different outlets that would blow it up, that would make her famous, that would make Kim famous. You know what I mean? Or infamous, depending on, how you look at it.
Yeah, because Kim was a beautiful girl at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she still is, kind of.
They say she looked like Jafar.
Yeah.
But
that's specific shit, bro.
Ashanti and Keisha Cole had the verses. I missed it. I think you see quite a bit of it. I saw some memes saying that Keisha Cole was late.
I saw that too. She was late and had an attitude. I mean that's just the memes that I saw.
But I brought that up
Yeah.
to talk about Bow Wow. I saw a comment. Somebody screenshotted a comment where Bow Wow was like, "She's never this late when I hit her to come over." And I think that makes me like he's one of the corniest people for constantly doing this way. Why does he keep doing this? What does he have to prove?
Like I was saying last time, wait,
Didn't he abuse a girl a couple of years ago too?
is that
His girlfriend or something?
I don't know about that.
I'm not
Fight
sure.
some girl. Yeah, but
I don't know
like,
about
and
that.
Yeah, remember that? And he had beat because everyone was saying she beat him up, and then it was revealed like he really was beating her up first. You ever get that?
I mean I think I know what you're talking about slightly, but I don't know the details of it. So
Yeah.
But you were saying something? Andy?
I mean, I vaguely remember that. But, you know, Bow Wow, it's like I was saying last time, he has a tendency to be like flexing, like, wait, I got this cash, I got this boats, I got these guys with me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, someone, I mean, if he got them things, then kudos to you. Cool. But I'm always of the belief, someone who got to flex with them stuff, more of the time, they don't have it.
Bro, but you gotta remember too, Bow Wow, he is a child star, bro. So the type of stuff and how regular people grew up, when they say regular, who
Yeah.
wasn't in the spotlight, the limelight their whole life with a bunch of money. Cause how could you expect him to be normal, bro?
I mean,
like bro, he's basically a millionaire from age 13, 14, bro.
I understand that, but Bow Wow kind of came off even more level-headed than most other people. So it's like, but we're talking about this specific aspect where he keeps reminding people, like, yeah, I smashed these
like you
people.
say, he just keep on doing that. So it's like, this is one of the side effects of him just, I think, being in the limelight his whole life.
Could be, but
There's some truth to that for sure. There's some truth to that. Okay, I could agree with that, but as you say, Tigo, it's very corny, and I'm still gonna stand by what I said.
Yeah, of course it's corny.
Yeah, no one's disputing that,
yeah,
and I'm gonna stand by what I said. But someone, I mean, I gotta be, I'm just taking like this an example from like people I experience in my life. Niggas like, oh, I got all these guys with me and stuff.
yeah.
Wait, good for you. Why I gotta know that? I got my gal, you got your gal, you got your gal. Cool way, but why do you have to know that? And then you hear like something later about they ain't got no gal.
Yeah.
They ain't got all this. So it's like, but as you say, Jay, it's that you gotta lend it to their lifestyle.
Yeah, bro.
They grew up like that.
Bro,
they gotta prove.
You in a mansion. You in a mansion from age 13, bro. Like, you probably could have girls over or whoever over the house. Like, you could do, like you say, he ain't the worst. Like, luckily he ain't on a bunch of drugs and freaking out like Orlando Brown and them Ashley, what, Mary-Kate and Olsen twins?
Yeah.
Mary and Ashley. What their name?
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yeah. So, bro, it's like, or Lindsay Lohan, how she was. So, wait, a lot of them, they ain't normal, bro. Like, how you could be normal at that age, though, doing all that type of stuff.
You really can't be.
See, and then, well, a last thing I'll say to that is, it could be that real social media pressure,
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people get off on him on social media, saying that he's short. They always posting pictures of him next to his gals, saying like, oh, they always taller than him and stuff.
Look at him. They catch him on his toes
Yeah,
every time.
like he's on his toes, like tippy toeing just to try to match their shoulder height. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Me personally,
I agree. How do you feel about the fact that the baby decided to, not even the baby, but somehow I saw images of the video of Tory Lanez and the baby, like the music video they was talking about, that Meg said wasn't cleared. Like, what's up with that?
I mean, I think all that just ties into this whole drama. I think there are just a lot of emotions going on. Honestly, this whole situation there doesn't seem to be a lot of facts out about it because a lot of people are just waiting to get to the final case. Like, hey, what actually happened?
I don't. All the charges got dropped.
No,
No.
that was just a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a rumor. The charges weren't actually dropped. The court date was just pushed back because of the inauguration. All the courts closed, so it was actually pushed back into February. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't nigga going to jail, boy. Like, from you see, he have a gun and then he ain't licensed. He going to jail, bro. And he ain't even a U.S. citizen. So then we try to do something like strippers, like, because they can travel as musicians and like performers and stuff like that. But dog, you doing shit like this? Maybe like, no, buddy.
Yeah.
Get out.
The repercussions for this could be much worse than it is already, but unfortunately he is in this situation. And I don't know, why do you think he released a video? Or like, why do you think he's gonna release a video? Why do you think he's doing all of this?
I've been saying this behavior a little suspect. I mean, it's not suspect, the case ain't closed, but he's still making music, he's still releasing it, still flexing on social media like he ain't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That making me feel some type of way. And when I see some type of way, I mean, it's like, usually someone who's maybe, I mean, on the other hand, maybe he's just like trying to like push it behind him, like, I'm just not going to worry about it until, we actually, because he's saying that, like, I didn't shoot this gal, that's facts. She's saying that he shot her, that's facts. So, I think it's just a lot of waiting and seeing.
Yeah, we just gotta wait until the actual case comes and then we'll see how it goes. But I think they need to stop all this shit that's happening.
Look at these other rappers getting arrested.
We're gonna get to that. Before we get to that, we gotta talk about Rowdy Rebel being released from jail. Congrats to him. I think that's good. Hopefully Bobby gets out very soon.
Yeah.
I know people said he's back in the studio. I gotta check out some of his music, some of the new stuff.
I think he already released a couple of music videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. For sure. Also, I know it's kind of late, but Famous Dex, he's in rehab.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good because that nigga look like a zombie. He looked like worse than a zombie. He looked like a corpse.
He looked like he was tweaking for real.
He looked like a monster in a movie. Honestly,
Dead Spitty.
And the thing is, I watched his documentary. Like his life story is kind of cool, bro. Like how he came up, like he was a regular like guy, just I guess born like around that same time, like not said, like say he used to be in gangs, still a gangbang or whatever like that, but they've been a lot of drugs, bro. And I'd see his mom die from cancer and stuff, so I feel that, just off real life and everything. So I could feel where he coming from, but he needed help. So it's good that he's getting it. And bro, his music was never like very good. It is nice music to bob your head to, but very nonsense lyrics. Every now and then, like, could have one little bar gem in the song, but if he wants his career to be revived or like continue, you gotta really actually put a little bit of thought into it, and try to recapture what he had when he first came out.
That's interesting.
I agree.
Famous Dex is never a person I went to for bars or anything like that, but I agree that he did make better music in the past. I haven't listened to too much of his recent stuff. I was told from watching different videos on YouTube from Trap Lore, Ross, and all the other people who follow him and like him, that he's been kind of trying to get better with his like lyrical abilities.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but then he went back on the drugs and whatnot. So hopefully he stays in rehab, because I think he went before and didn't stay in. Hopefully he stays in, gets the help he needs, and gets back to like making music.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But, back to what you were saying earlier, there's been a lot of rappers you said that's been arrested.
Yeah, bro. Like a lot of rappers I see getting arrested, like, or like you was talking about Casanova thing, like with his situation, that's really like he already in his 30s. He came out of jail, for doing something, still in the gang life. And I understand it, like where he's coming from.
Yeah.
That's how he grew up and everything. That, there's different things about him that I don't think a lot of people like research on. Like they say, like he was a snitch at some point too. They have like some paperwork on him. So all these rappers, they'll be doing these things, living so many different lifestyles and portraying so many different things, like coming on camera saying, "No, I'll never risk my freedom again," this and that.
Mhm.
But then doing stuff like this on the low, and bro, like you really can't do both, bro. Like after a while, that double life thing, like like double, triple, quadruple lives, like is catch up with you, cause that whatever really, things always come to light. Whatever you're doing, like in some way, it's come to light. So, but the other rappers,
But he wasn't even the only one that got arrested. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. But I think it's crazy. And you mentioned the hip hop police earlier, but they're basically set up to target rappers when they're in cities that's not like also where they live.
Mm-hmm.
So they could just like run up on them and then grab them and then hold them for like everything they have on the plane or whatever wherever they were.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's messed up, and that makes it even more dangerous for rappers in the past, but even going forward, because we live in this information age where everything's just so easy. And then these rappers make it easy for the police too. They go on Instagram Live. They're like, "Look at me with my gun and my drugs.
gun and my joint. We rolling on 163rd.
Come get me.
Come get me. You're right here. I
got the Draco
posted.
Like, and then they just go and arrest them, and they're like, they're profiling us. I mean, yes, they are, but like, you guys, you really have to stop.
Y'all make it easy.
But also, aside from rappers being arrested, a lot of them have been killed, man, or have died.
Yeah, man. In 2020 we lost a lot of rappers, man. A lot of
key people too.
A lot of young up and coming back rappers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, was it Juice WRLD? He was in January, right?
Yeah.
I think the Juice WRLD one definitely like affected me the most. And that also was a situation where a rapper was getting arrested.
Yeah.
A situation with rappers getting arrested and profile, it's like a long-standing thing, like because he was getting arrested in that old debacle.
Yep.
There was other rappers though, like who else was it?
Pop Smoke was in February.
Yeah, Pop Smoke.
A lot of people really mourn that.
Yeah, so much of the loss, and I mean, like. It's dangerous to be a rapper now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
YFN
basically what
Lucci.
they're saying. It's just so much. The FBG?
YFN Lucci?
No, I mean, who? FBG, Doug died this 2020, right?
Yeah.
He
King
was
Von
killed.
too.
King Von was killed as well. A lot of young black folks. It's sad to see, and it's a lot of stuff they don't have to die for.
I agree. It's not worth it.
It's stuff what you could easily resolve with words, but people a lot of the time
They use the words from like hate and attack,
Yep.
threats.
That's it.
But Andrew.
YFN Lucci?
You shut up. You gay, man. I know you don't have an Xbox, but you saw that they're gonna go up on the subscription price or something.
I did see that they're gonna increase they're going to almost double the pricing of Xbox Live Gold.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. A lot of people were very angry about it. I feel some type of way about it, but I don't really use those services.
Yeah, so
I'm a PC man. But I think that's bad because Sony's gonna follow in suit very soon with that. Because I mean, they were free, back in the PS3 and Xbox 360 days. Sony, their PS Plus service was free, and they were saying, hey, we could have had this for free, but they looking at Microsoft over there, and they were like,
Yeah.
hey, wait, Microsoft were like dancing. They were like, "Man, we making all this money.
Yeah,
And we offer this live thing. This is crazy." So Plus went with it. They had their pricing and they made solid money from it. So they're not gonna drop it. If anything, to keep people in their platform to compete, they're gonna raise their price too. And honestly,
That's gonna suck.
I'm just glad that I don't play consoles anymore. But that is, if I was on Xbox, but you know, to be honest, Xbox, their Xbox Live Gold, they offer a lot of stuff, a lot, free games.
See, the Game Pass too.
The Game Pass offers a lot. You know, you get access to your library from a computer, you know, from a different location. There's a lot of benefits, but that's a bit of a run out. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it is like expensive, I guess. But you know, if you're really into it and you know you're a gamer,
Yeah.
you should go and get it. But like you said, it's better to, like, at least for me or us, to play on PCs and you know,
Yeah.
like if you have the console, cool, because you know we have consoles ourselves. But yeah, let's just stick to the PC.
Definitely.
But yeah, what shows would you consider to be top 10, man?
I mean, of all time, in my opinion, you know, one of my favorites is Game of Thrones. We watched it. We watched a lot of videos about it extensively. A classic, to be sure. I mean, you know, except that ending. That ending is not a classic. But
a classic, yeah.
everything else about it was great. The acting was great. The plots, characters, great.
Yep.
I couldn't ask for more, honestly. That's one of my top picks.
I agree. That's one of mine too. Another one for me is The Sopranos. It's not a... Well, it is a show. So, I just love The Sopranos. It's very long, and it's tedious. Like, I know people dread on it being very long, but it's an amazing show. The writing is great, and you just see how this mob boss, basically, who goes to therapy, which is something that probably would get, like, a mob boss killed in real life, but see him go through that and have his family and whatnot, like, so much killing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're into, like, the good old mafia mob movies, you should definitely check out The Sopranos.
What about you, Jade?
Two what I really like would be Breaking Bad. Definitely, you know, that's a cult classic for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
You know, the story of like this guy, really mild-mannered guy, chemistry high school teacher, deciding to become a meth drug kingpin,
yes,
overlord champion.
Yep.
Like, that's something you really, it really takes your imagination to a whole different place and see like what people might be doing in real life for real, you know. And I really like the writing in that show, the development of the characters, the progression of the show as well. Like, it's not a slow show at all. Maybe the first 2 or 3 episodes, but after that it's just all 5 seasons is like a whole, you know. The timing of the show might feel slow at certain points, but it's never like, you're always kind of anticipating the next thing.
No, I agree. Like, after you get into like maybe the 2nd or 3rd season, it's like a freight train.
Yep.
It kind of doesn't stop.
It just keeps going.
It just keeps going.
Yeah, and then just the second show would just be The Wire.
Yes.
And, you know, I really like that from start to finish.
That was the next one on my list.
Yeah, I really like how they show both sides of the whole Baltimore drug trade thing, like the cop side, as well as the
dealer side,
you know,
people,
they have personal stories as well. So really good characterization. Again, a good all around piece.
I agree. It will keep you like engaged the whole way through, because you basically get to see like what really goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how people have to live, what they got to do to get out, and how police are affected by it, and the dirty shit they do to like get people in jail and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, people, I think you should really check that out. What else you'd put up there? It could be movies too.
One movie that I've watched recently, Ad Astra.
What's that about?
It's about a the gentleman who has to fly all the way up to it was Uranus because his father is at a space station there, and there's like some wild nuclear stuff happening there that's gonna blow up the whole universe. So NASA like sends his son up there, who's also a very skilled astronaut.
Okay.
Sends him up there to basically stop him. It's a very, very, I was gonna say trippy movie, but it's very atmospheric, a very nice movie. You should watch it. A lot of storytelling, some action, kind of a drama, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out.
Yeah, I think Arrested Development
Mm.
is an amazing show.
Mm.
It's a funny show if you haven't seen it. So Michael Cera, a couple of the like great people,
Mm.
and it kind of reminds me of Parks and Recreation, another one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
I just love Parks and Recreation.
That's a classic for sure.
And I like Community up to a certain point. Also,
I haven't watched it.
Community
I
is
like
funny.
Community. Yeah.
We were talking earlier today at work about The Walking Dead because someone wanted to put it like as a really high show, and I was like, man, after like wait till season 3.
Wait, I give people, I tell everybody, watch up to season 2. At the end of season 2, you're kind of on your own. But like up to that point, Walking Dead is an amazing show.
Yep.
Especially that first episode. I think
Yes.
that first episode is the best first episode I've ever seen in any series ever.
I agree.
It is great. It hits every point that a pilot episode needs to be.
Yeah, in terms of movies, I really like. We talking about recent movies?
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be.
Let me see. Well, I guess my favorite movie, I'd say maybe a less known movie would be The Butterfly Effect.
It's another classic.
Yeah, I really like that. Like, it's a time travel type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I like sci-fi, but I haven't delved really deep into the genre.
Okay.
But it really explores like time travel, not so much like in a scientific, multi-universe type of way. It was more just like this guy, he is having like blackouts from me as a kid,
Yeah.
like just from traumatic moments and stuff like that. So he started having, he started writing a journal. So he found out like through reading it as an adult, they could go back to those moments in time, like, and those would become, what he saw in the past,
Yeah.
and see how he could alter it and the different. So it would be different timelines he created, but it's, in a more, I guess, personal way. So it'll make the audience think like, what would they do if they could go back to those times? Like, what would, and it really make a thought-provoking type of movie.
I watched The Butterfly Effect long ago. And
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. I remember from then it was like, damn, this is a good movie. I have to watch it. Definitely, it is good. Anybody who hasn't watched it has to.
Yeah. Another movie that I really like is Donnie Darko. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it.
That sounds like a gangster mafia.
No, man.
Uh.
It's about this like kid who like starts seeing like these weird things happening like in the
I
world
caught
and
glimpses of
whatnot.
that movie.
That movie is great. And
Okay.
like starts seeing like this bunny suit, like person in like this weird bunny suit like type thing.
Yeah.
And like people think he's crazy, but like he's trying to figure out something, and you really gotta watch it.
Okay.
It's very enthralling.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
another great show.
Okay.
But anything else, guys?
Nah, man, we could.
I just wanted to ask for that wife and lose today, dog.
What about it?
Dog. Okay, with some rappers, bro, this is the point I was trying to make. I feel like some of them, you could kind of tell when they kind of going towards like the jail type route. Because, bro, I saw one video clip. He was on some shoot, like for a video he's shooting, and they had some type of gun to shoot. And I see him cocking back and pointing at the ground, and they telling him like, don't shoot. And they just, when they cock it back, like the trigger must was already like kind of pulled back,
Yeah.
so going off. And it's lucky like he had it pointed to the ground, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And kind of laughing it off and stuff like that. But through people actions over the years, like stuff like that, and all the little stuff like you know, what you could notice about certain rappers and just people in general, like,
Yeah.
you don't seem like one of those who really care that much to really not be involved with stuff. So this thing with him and this robbery, I mean not robbery, like shootout,
Mhm.
and when his friends getting killed or whoever was with him in the car,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they pushing him out, that's like, bro, you might be saying like, oh, he dead, we gotta hurry up and go. You don't know if he's dead or not. So I don't know if that was even the right thing for
Well,
him
they
to
said he
do.
was shot in the head, but
Yeah, but you could live from that.
I know.
I mean, supposedly he died instantly.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
supposedly.
You
So
know,
you know.
In any event, like, you know,
Wait, I don't really follow this nigga. I really
Yeah.
don't know much about him, but I gotta agree with what you're saying. It seems he is trying to do like the gangster route thing. I don't know his credentials. I don't know his background, but like that whole spinning the block and then you shooting at the ops and then them killing you. Like, what's the point, dog? Like now your friend's dead, your other boy is shot in the stomach or something like that, and y'all just push him out. It's kind of messed up.
That's very messed
That's
up.
messed up.
but
Y'all
that's
already
like trying because all right, I understand you saying okay, he dead. We gotta try to get away and
Yeah,
not be
yeah,
implicated with
I
this,
agree.
right? But at the same time, you
Y'all
don't know
did
if
it.
he really dead.
But
Yeah.
and also y'all
You better
already
try
in
to
it.
drop him off.
Bro, y'all already in it. Like sure, I'm dropping the body will make the car what a little bit lighter. They wasn't thinking about
They
that.
ain't talking
They was
about
just
that. Just
exactly.
like
They
they
was
won't
just
be
being
implicated in
they
this
was
at
being
all.
savages. But like it was too late.
You will be implicated in it at the end of the day because your boy, that you, no matter what you would have done, whether you drop him off on the street
Yep.
or throw him in a river or take him to the hospital, the police would have chased you down.
Yep,
man.
they knew.
So I don't know, and that's supposedly your boy too. Come on, at least take
Yeah.
him to the hospital. At least drop him
Hey.
out in front of the hospital. God damn.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us for episode 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Backyard Therapy. Thanks, Jade, the special guest.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for coming out. Make sure to like, share. You know, keep checking us out. We're gonna have some more interesting guests also.
Yeah.
A bunch more stuff coming to you guys, and hopefully we'll have some visuals for you.
Check the description. Check the links.
Yeah.
Check us out on social media.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Good night. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.